Hey everybody, D here at Daily Gaming, back with more Monster Hunter World. And in this episode, it's going to be a somewhat short one. I'm going to be covering the farm. Just completed the Tobi Kadachi hunt, story hunt, which unlocks the farm. The farm is incredibly important because that is how you're going to be getting most of your resources. Excuse me. So you need to stay on top of it, and kind of like with the canteen, you need to prioritize the missions to increase it because it only benefits you. They're very, very important. So once you unlock it, you have to talk to this guy a couple times.
You're the best.
But you come over here, you talk to him again. All right, and then you have cultivate, fertilize, and collect harvest. Collect harvest, obviously, we can't do because we haven't cultivated anything, so there's nothing to collect. Cultivate is you select what item you want the tree, the farm, to grow, and then you go out on a mission. When you're out on the mission, or when you come back from a mission, the farm will have produced X number of whatever resource, and then you collect it. And then before you go out on the mission, once you select whatever item you want to cultivate, you select fertilizer, and it can boost how long it takes for them to grow, or the number that you get from each harvest. So you want to stay on top of this and keep it constantly up and running. It's very, very important. So for now, you can see it's very limited. We only have a few items to select from. By the end, by the time it's fully upgraded, there's dozens and dozens. You can craft ammo. Almost any resource in the game can be crafted through the farm. You'll get to a point where you no longer need to gather resources while out on a hunt because your farm has crafted so much or can craft so much that it's all you're doing is just cluttering your inventory while you're out on a mission. It's really, really cool. So obviously whatever you want to craft is up to you and your priorities and what you need. Things I suggest is honey, starting off with that and getting several hundred of those. Not several, but getting at least 100 of those, because honey is used for crafting some important items, mega potions, for crafting things like your catalyst, which lets you craft demon drugs, armor drugs. After that, I suggest getting the bitter bug, because you also need that to craft those. And then the blue mushroom, because you need that to craft those as well. And then the herb, I never really suggest you craft it because it's so easy to gather. But if you really want to, yeah, go ahead. So we're going to start off with honey because we want to get that jacked up. So you can see it says time needed, it has 1 square. That 1 square means it takes 1 mission. And where it says harvested, it's 2. So for every mission, you'll get 2 honey. So we can improve that by going to the fertilizer. And you see there's fertilizer, mushroom substrate, and summoner jelly. Now if you look at the honey, when I go down to mushroom or the summoner jelly, it says 2 plus 2. On the right side, it says the fertilizer effect, bug honey harvest up small, duration times 3. So if we use the summoner jelly, which costs 100 research points, instead of getting just 2 honey per mission, we'll get 4 honey per mission, and it'll last for 3 missions. So you want to go ahead and do that. And you can only use fertilizer once in between missions. So after every mission, you want to come back and you want to use it again because they do stack. You can, once I do my next mission, I'll come back, or expedition, either or. When I come back, I can come to the fertilizer and I can use that summoner's jelly again, and it won't increase the number. It will still only be 4, but it'll increase the duration of it by 2 or 3 more. So it'll keep it'll keep the production up so you can gather more. Now if you also look, there's the harvest box. The harvest box says 0 out of 10. You can only let it go for 10 missions. After that, it just will not gather anymore and it'll sit. You should never let it get that full, you should never let it get full. You can let it get more than 10, but that's when you're later in the game and your harvest box is improved, because I think your harvest box, you can increase it to hold 50 slots, I think. So I can go away for 50 missions if I wanted to and just ignore it, but again, you shouldn't. if you're doing that, you're not taking maximum use of the farm. But, you know, sometimes stuff happens, you forget about it. I've done that where I've been grinding out investigations for resources, and I forget about the farm. And then I'll come back and be like, oh, I have, like, 200 items just sitting here. Like, it's really easy, especially late game, it's really easy to get a lot of resources quick. Early game, obviously not as much, but it still helps you a lot and saves you a lot of time. So that's all done, and as you go, you'll get missions. I think this guy has a mission for us already for it.
Let's get the lead out. Hurry back now.
Yeah, if we deliver 20 bauble cactuses, it'll give us something. Let's see. Is it? Where is it? Wait, is it under limited? Nah. It wasn't under delivery. Oh, was it an actual? It was an actual side mission. That's why I can't look at it there. Yeah, there it is. Prickly predicament. Unlocks a botanical research item. So as soon as you unlock it, she instantly gives you a side mission. Well, I say she because her voice sounds feminine, but I don't know if it actually is a she or not. I didn't look at the actual name or anything. But it gives you a side mission to instantly unlock new items for it. So you want to keep an eye out for those guys, and you want to do those missions right away. Any delivery missions or critical bounties they have, whatever it is, you want to jump on those right away because it's only going to help you drastically. But this is the farm. This is how you use it. I'll probably add in a little bit more later on, because once you add in, because as you go, you can get better fertilizers with bigger bonuses. But actually, some of them are redundant. They're pointless. Crap, I can't look at it now. Yeah, because it won't even let you select fertilizer. But to use the summoner jelly, it was only 100 points, and you can get like the expert summoner jelly, and it costs like 250 points. And it'll let you do, instead of just +2, it'll be +4, so you can get 6 honey per mission, which is useful to do the very first time you start cultivating honey. But after that, it's pointless to keep using it because it's cheaper just to use the regular jelly. So once I unlock some of that stuff, I'll probably go more in depth into it, but that'll be later on, and I'll show it off then. But for now, yeah, it's nothing you can do or worry about because you can't. But that is the farm. Hopefully you find it helpful, and thanks for watching. See you next time.